right, we are turning this.
Depends on if it has the
I'm
mustache.
scratching this all out. This is now a time travel. Go back in time and kill Babysitter. All right, got it.
And with that, welcome to Naptime on Elm Street. Everyone shut up for 2 seconds so Artemis can cut this out. Okay, first up, our sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca and use the code TheVactail, all one word, at checkout for 15% off your order. Maggie's dice pick this week is Dark Forest, because nothing bad ever happens in the forest at night. No, not ever. Second announcement, you can check out our merch store at tinyl.com/vatmerch. You can get the Half-Orc Energy, the Vat Blob, which are wicked designs. Alfie did 2 new ones for Spooktober as well, which brings me on to the next point. Hey, it's Spooktober. We're here for Spooktober, as a matter of fact. We are raising money for Extra Life for kids. Last year we did this. We raised $1,300, and the final night of the stream was a 12-hour organized chaos drop in, drop out game run by Abby. We're hoping to get to 1,300 plus this year, so if you can find the link in the chat. But for those of you listening on the podcast, it's tinyl.com/Vactair Extra Life 2023. So on to scheduling for the rest of the week, or for the week ahead. Tomorrow you probably will be here back with me, Sophia, at 8:30 EST for season 2. Our season 2 opener of a song of Crystal and Shadow. I will get the words out eventually. Friday it's Fixius 5 run by Artemis. Saturday morning, Dungeon Daddy Rick up in the bottom. One of my camera is fucked on the stream. I have to fix that.
Just up at the bottom. Yep.
Yeah. But Rick is southeast on the thing. Together Among the Stars, 11:30, with Cat Lady Liz as their guest. In the evening, 7 PM EST, you've got Emily and Artemis running a Backpacker's Guide to TTRPGs. Sunday, back here for a Spooktober special. It's Maple Street Trick or Treat at 8 PM, run by Aaron of Even Footin' Games. It's using the Kids on Bike system. Also Sunday evening, maybe, because there's a crossover, Jeremy is running Legacy of Fire, 7:30 EST, with Affy and Artemis starring over there. Monday, Mistwalkers with Affy at 8:30 PM on here. And Tuesday, our next Spooktober special, which is the Ominous System, which I believe Emily wrote herself, at 8:30 EST. And as always, you can find our podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. Gonna hold my breath for 2 more seconds so we can cut that out. And then I'm going to pass over control to our babysitter for the night, which is Jason, right in the middle, while I fix my camera on the screen, apparently. Because it went
all right. Yeah, fix that camera. I'm having the weird thing where I'm like looking at the Twitch, but I'm also looking at the Discord, and I'm like, I'm 5 seconds behind myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Jason. I am your sitter for this evening. I'm the creative director from Even Footin' Games, and the writer of our game tonight, Babies and Broadswords. I've got some special friends with me to play our tiny, terrible tots. Why don't we... you guys can introduce yourselves. I didn't bother learning anybody's names, and I certainly didn't bother learning anybody's, websites and stuff like that. So, Guy and Beanie, you're up first.
Guy and Beanie, I am T.S. Luther. I write comics. You can check me out over at campykillcreations.com. Tonight I am playing Mike and Ike, one half of the 2 kids stacked on top of each other inside of a trench coat. I am the PI class, so I have I have pink eye.
Oh, popcorn it to the next person.
Who's the guy with Rick, the beard? What are you?
No, that sounds bullshit. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm Rick. I'm the game master for Hammer of the Gods. I also write for Even Footing Games, sometimes, allegedly. And then, I'm here a lot. And I am playing Dexter the Hodag, who is a plague bringer. Hodag is just a weird cryptid thing that I just really like. So Google it.
Yeah. Okay, who's next, Brick?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's a thing. Lee, why don't you follow up?
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hodag is just a neat little guy, I guess. They look very weird. We'll probably try and post a picture somewhere. But anyway. Hi, I'm Lee Baldwin. I use he and they pronouns, and I will be playing Felipe, which is a baby vampire, and he's a vampire. He's an adorable tiny vampire of inexplicably white sideburns and a widow's peak, and yeah, he's got some neat little skills. So you can find me over on Rolls Revamped and Abstract Adventures and many places on the internet, just so many places. There'll be links below.
Boy, that's presumptive of you.
Well, I was told there would be, I guess.
They're in the chat.
I'll pass it over to Sophia.
And that leads to me, the gobby English transplant trans woman who was giving all the announcements out. Hi, I'm Sophia. I go by RockChickSophia on all my socials and on Twitch. I run A Song of Crystal and Shadow, which is our Final Fantasy and 5e crossover game, which is now into Season 2 after time travel shenanigans. Fucking players. I love them really, but my god. But yeah, I am also the tech person for tonight and for many other nights, so if anything goes wrong with the stream, yell at me.
I was gonna do that anyway. Well, thanks everyone. I'm excited to play Babies and Broadswords with you. Tonight I will be drawing from all 3 of our books in the Babies and Broadswords system. The book with all the rules, Crawl of Cthulhu, and the 100-Acre Heist. All available through that site with the bald guy or Drive-Thru-RPG if you like the PDFs. Let's get right into it, shall we?
No.
All right, well, all right.
Yes. No. Let's go for it.
And now we'll get into it. All right. St. Gwalgoff's School for the Abominable and Unsightly sits behind a rusty iron gate atop a lonely hill at the edge of town. The graying edifice is stark and gloomy and perpetually under a rain cloud. With every strike of lightning, St. Gwalgoff's seems to snap in and out of existence. 1 second there, the next gone. It's as if the building is fine with the idea of time, but it feels like space should mind its own business or it's going to get a slap. For the longest time, the people of the town knew to fear the old house on the hill. They did their best to ignore the strange squeaks and creaks that erupted from St. Gwalgoff's when the night was at its darkest. They learned to cross to the other side of the street and whistle jauntily whenever they passed in front of the rotting spires and its desiccated landscape. They warned their children to never make eye contact with the occasional glowing red orbs that stared out from the second-story window. St. Gwalgoff's was a place to be feared and avoided and to curse silently during the light of day because it was really driving down the property values in town. But then something changed. The people of the town stopped being scared of St. Gwalgoff's. Why fear a creaky old house at the edge of town when vampires are sparkling in the daylight now? Why huddle under your covers when Clive Barker is writing children's books instead of weirdly sexy body horror stuff? And did you guys see the Babadook? That thing was terrifying. How could anything else be scary ever again? And so for ages and ages, the doors of St. Gwalgoff's remained closed to the outside world, and everyone forgot it was there. They forgot there was ever a time when glowing red orbs would stare at anyone from the second-story window. Even the anciently evil beings who haunt the corridors of time and madness wondered if it was worth it to send their kids there anymore, especially in this economy. Vampires stopped vamping, werewolves stopped howling, unspeakable lurkers at the edges of oblivion started attending cyber school. Soon there was no one left at St. Gwalgoff's, except for the 3 undead teaching assistants and the Sasquatch handball coach. And a paw full of students, like yourselves. The last of the kids at school. Something needs to be done to save the school, or nobody may ever be scared of anything again. So you 4 are students, young students, toddler students, here at St. Gwalgoff's. Here you hope to learn everything a young monster needs to know about sneaking and stalking and scaring and slabbering. You've learned how to keep your knives sharp, your claws sharper, and your wits sharpest of all. In a world where the shadows have all been vanished, a proper Nightwalker must use their fangs for more than just rending, and their tentacles for more than just tentacling. You have to be faster, stronger, and smarter than the monsters of yesteryear. And tonight is the night you're going to prove you're the scariest of the scary, the terriblest of the terrible. It is All Hallows Eve, and the doors of St. Gwalgoff's are opening for the first time in 200 years. Can you survive a night amongst the humans? Can you break their minds and rend their souls with your eviltude? Can you teach them once again to fear the dark? Coach Henderson, the Sasquatch, and the 3 teaching assistants are almost ready to set you out into the night to scare up some All Hallows cheer. But they need to make sure you can handle all the terrifying aspects of the human world. They bring you all into a dark room, and before you on a table, you can see various bowls. And one of the undead teaching assistants begins to tell you a story. Once upon a time, she says, in the human world with all its normalcy, there lived a grocery store clerk. Every day, as soon as the sun came up, the grocery store clerk would walk to the end of their block, put on an apron, and punch their time card. Whoo! And they would begin to sell their customers the most horrible of objects. She motions to the first bowl. First, she would sell peeled grapes. And she points to you to tell you all to put your hands inside the bowl.
Dexter absolutely licks both hands and then does. They're already disgusting because he's a plague bringer, so he's just constantly sick.
I was gonna say Felipe was gonna do it, but then as soon as that happens, he's like, "Oh, never mind."
Tabby
I was eating the peeled grapes.
Tabby doesn't care that Dex has put their paws in or hands, because Tabby's a warlock and gets her hands dirty all the time, so she just does it. She just puts her paws straight in, no hesitation.
And how about Mikeandike?
I've been eating the grapes because there's only one way to get down to the bottom of this mystery, and that's firsthand experience.
That's eating your way through? Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Only way out is through.
Always a good solution.
The grapes, the peeled grapes, woo! Stick to your hands as you put them in there, Rick, or your tentacles as you put those in there. You've been eating them, Mikeandike?
Of course.
I'm going to need you to actually make me a Grumps roll.
Okay, is that
Oh, no.
D8?
That is the D6.
D6, got it. Let's use, good. That's a 2.
That is a 2.
This.
Oh. Oh, Mike, you don't feel well. And neither does Ike, for that matter. Somehow, the both of you, I don't know if you've been sharing the grapes or whatever the case may be. Your mother told you to never eat peeled grapes that you find in bowls before. And you start to get a little nauseous, and there's a burble in your tum-tum. And who's on top? Mike's on top?
Yes.
Mike has
Mike and Ike is all that's left now. There's only one.
Right.
Half of us left.
There's only one half left. Okay. All right. Gotcha. There's a little belly burble, and a foul air bursts out from behind you. You're going to take 2 tummy aches, and everyone around you steps a foot further away from you. And that's and when you step away, you actually knock over the bowl, and what spills out? It's just witch's eyeballs. It's not peeled grapes at all. What are they trying to pull here? Teacher steps to the next. They would also sell cold spaghetti noodles. And she has everyone put their hands in the second bowl.
Felipe is gonna like run forward before anybody licks hands or anything, so he can actually stick his hands in there.
Felipe, you are a vampire, yes?
Mm.
I'm gonna need you to make me give me a brainy roll.
So I have a +1 to brainy rolls, so that
Okay.
makes it that's an 8.
That's an 8?
Hmm.
These are guts. These aren't cold spaghetti noodles. Come on now.
Oh man.
What a fake. You're starting to get the idea that maybe things aren't as scary as these teachers seem to be thinking. So when the steamed cauliflower and the baby carrots are put in front of you, everyone is pretty convinced that it's actually just brains and fingers. Like, oh, come on, I get it. It was a funny gag, but it's over now. They look a little bit disappointed that they didn't scare you more with their grocery selections, but what are you gonna do? The TAs pull you aside now, and they give you empty burlap sacks to collect bones and viscera and the tears of terrified children. And they give you plastic buckets shaped like pumpkins to capture the dying breath of the elderly. And they help each of you finish your costumes. What are you dressing up as for this All Hallows Eve?
How have I not considered this? I just figured I'm already spooky enough, I suppose. I mean, if everybody else is looking at like costumes and stuff, Felipe just looks at his spooky cape and the giant collar and everything. He's like, pretty good. I think I'm good.
Right. Felipe is happy with what he's rocking there.
I write down some math gibberish in my notebook, and I
Okay.
just tell everybody I'm a tax accountant.
Ooh, spooky.
Tabby is definitely trying to pull off some kind of Cleopatra look, but the tentacles make it a little different, I guess.
Is Tabby on all four paws with the tentacles like coming out of her back, or
Yeah.
okay, so she's like a tiny, if there were like a monster cat type thing with tentacles in a different series, she's like the baby version of that. Gotcha, right? Some sort of not there anymore creature. Okay. Give me an adorable roll, Sophia, to see how she pulls off her Cleopatra costume.
Thankfully, I got dimples for days.
That helps.
That puts me at a 4.
4? You're right in your initial assessment when the tentacles don't actually help that much. So, while you are wearing your janky costume,
Yeah,
Sophia, yeah, the other kids try to be nice about it, but you can tell that you're not pulling it off. So I'm actually going to need you to take 2 grumps because they hurt your feelings when they don't appreciate the tiara and the snake, and you even did like a cat eye, like, and you're like, hey, look, it's a cat and I'm a cat eye. Let's get it. And no, puns are bad. Professor Harry, the Sasquatch handball coach, chuckled. He thought that was a good one. Right. How about Mikeandike or Dexter?
Dexter.
Oh, Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. You're the accountant. Dexter, what are you? Yeah.
Dexter found a William Shatner mask, but not like the one that's all white and creepy. Just a regular one.
So
he's not wearing, because he's a hodag, so he's
Right.
like this lizard monster thing. He's not wearing any clothes.
Okay.
He's just wearing a mask, and that's it. Like, he looks totally like himself posits in the mask.
Does the mask fit all the way on his head, or is it just kind of like
Oh, it's pretty like
stretched
loose.
over the? Yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So it
horns
just,
are sticking out
perfect.
like William Shatner has naturally.
Right. I mean, this is an uncanny
Probably
Shatner
in one
costume
episode of
right
Star
now.
Trek, right? Yeah. Does it have like the sculpted curl for
Dexter's just gonna walk around, fist pounding random people in the back. All right. The three undead TAs finish getting you all dressed up, and then they start wailing and howling and floating down the hallway back to wherever it is that three undead TAs hang out. And Sasquatch, Coach Henderson, opens up the doors and shuffles you out into the street. And it says, "Come back when you've terrified the neighborhood." And then the door goes behind you. And for the first time in your short lives, although I don't know, in the vampire's case, I don't know if you're 3 forever or if you're just now 3. Like, are you?
Who knows?
Who knows? Okay.
I don't
okay.
keep track. Yeah.
All right.
There's been birthdays. How many?
Can you count that high?
Yeah.
I
Right.
am a counter. I put that in my quirks.
Oh.
So
Wow.
So you should have been
I-
that accountant.
That makes sense. So
vampires are very much into counting. So
that's vampire lore. You throw rice at them and they go, "Oh,
I have to
on
count
the
this,
rice."
yeah, the grains.
They just hate misses. All right. That's the scariest thing of all, though, I think. We've had another game where we had a kid vampire, and just the thought of, have you been 3 years old for the past 300 years, and like you're stuck at 3, or are you 300 years old stuck in the body of a 3-year-old? Like that's
I mean,
That's
is
scary.
there much of a difference at that point?
I guess not. I mean, you end up in diapers at the end anyway, right? You start there, you finish there. The street opens before you, and the wrought iron gate that has blocked the view of the town for your entire life creaks open, and you are getting a glimpse of the outside world for the first time. The sky is dark, but it's not pitch black and filled with bats and strange constellations that move in different directions at the same time. It's noisy, but it's not the cries of the damned or the squeals of innocents being lost. There's a smell, but it's neither offal nor detritus. It's very strange and a little bit frightening, so I need everybody to make me a nopes roll. So roll that D8 that you've got there. You're all going to start with 6 nopes. So you want to roll under 6.
Well, I got a 7.
I got an 8.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Got a 1.
Okay. All right. My vampire and my hodag. Maybe it's the fact that when you step on the wet grass and the leaves, the orange leaves, there's no screams of pain and anguish. Maybe it's the fact that when the wind blows on you, you don't feel the cold, icy hand of death on the back of your neck. It's too strange, though. So, what did you roll? You got a 7?
Yeah.
And you got an 8, Rick?
Yep.
All right. Your nopes max is going to drop down to 5 now for both of you. And you're going to each take 1 grump and one tummy ache damage.
Oh, man.
Once you've taken a second to acclimate to the outside, you start to realize that the noise that you're hearing more than anything is the sound of children. And you see some of them run past the gate. And it's a little werewolf, and the little vampire, and the little pirate. And then a couple more kids run by. And it's a robot, and an alien, and a Power Ranger. And you start to think maybe for a moment, maybe the monsters have won. Maybe monster kids now rule the world, and they've taken out all of the humans and all of the adults. You can hear the children of the night and the music that they make.
I want to investigate closer and try and like creep up to the gate, I guess.
You want to creep up to the gate?
Yeah. Oh, I have an ability for this. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Yes. I have.
Do you have an ability for this, Lou?
I do. Creature of the night. I can move anywhere within eyesight.
Okay.
But this is. It is an ability that
Okay.
seems like it's supposed to be used in combat. Can I use it?
It could be
outside of
either.
combat?
We can use it outside of combat. That's fine.
Okay, because then it does say you can also do a little thing on your turn.
You can
So-
you can use it whenever you want. And
Okay,
then as long as you got the cookies and the
I will remember. Yes.
and
Okay.
the,
So
and the misfortunes to back it up.
yeah. So Felipe is going to flip out his cape and run forward and try and like slip into the shadows.
Does Felipe have a soundtrack when he runs? Is he?
Yes, I will link it below later.
Just humming the monster theme.
Yeah. Just,
Sure, I'll think of it. But
Yep.
yeah,
with your-
it's staccato and fugue, of course. Yeah.
Yes. So with your tiny cape pulled up around your tiny nose, you skitter across the launch until you are up against the fence, the side of the gate, and you're looking over. And Felipe, you see there are dozens of small monsters running around, and there's not a grown-up in sight. Give me a nosy roll.
Not great. That is a 6.
Felipe, what do your elf eyes see?
I don't have elf eyes.
Damn it.
Oh, wait, there
I have vampire eyes. Is that anything?
No.
Felipe, it's almost too bright with all these lights over the street. But you can see some of the kids will sometimes go to the houses that lie in the street, but you can't see what happens once they get up to. They'll like go up to the front porch of a house, but they'll get lost in the darkness. You can't see very far with the bright light shining. You're used to being in the dark and the dank. But no one seems to look at you twice.
I feel like Dexter probably has like some sunglasses that he borrowed from somebody. They're really gross and gooey.
Did you
But
borrow
we
my
just-
sunglasses?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
maybe.
Did you let him
Well-
borrow your sunglasses?
Of course,
Oh,
of course. You just gotta wipe the gunk off.
Yeah, give me
No,
a
no,
beefy.
the gunk is part of the charm.
Yeah, give me a beefy roll there, Dexter.
Okay.
As you put these sunglasses on.
Oh no, I was handing them off to our vampire.
Oh, okay. Is the
Aw.
vampire putting them on?
They're gunky. And like tries
the
to flick off the gunk.
That's part of the charm.
Yeah. What you cannot flick off though is the smell of patchouli and essential oils, because Dexter has parents who don't believe in vaccines, but essential oil.
That would be in
that's
the
gonna
nightmare
keep them from
school. That
being
makes
sick.
sense. So, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are Dexter's parents making Transylvania great again? Is that?
Oh,
Maybe.
no. I
Uh,
guess I'll put them on. I try and get some of the gunk off, and then.
All right. Lee, while you are wearing these sunglasses, you are going to get a +1 to your nosy roll. But you are going to take a -2 to your ouchies max
Okay.
because of the slow incursion of the pink eye that you will no doubt have by the end of the night.
Oh, dag.
Yep.
The pink eye is not
Thank
from me.
you, Dexter.
So you
One of
you can
us.
you can keep the glare down until you can't see anything at all. So as long as you're wearing those sunglasses, that's the plan.
Got it.
And that -2 to your ouchies max stays even if you get knocked out and come back. So that's permanent while you're wearing the glasses. All right.
Got it.
But if you want to take another look with the sunglasses, the kids in the monster kids when they go up to the doors, you can see some of them banging on the doors, and a grown-up comes out. And then the grown-ups look terrified of the monster children and will put something into their bags. You're assuming blood and offal and viscera and the
Hopefully.
tears of children and the dying breaths of the elderly. And you're guessing maybe they're... And then the monster kids will take their stuff and walk away to the next house. So maybe these are offerings to the monster children to keep them from rending the adults limb from limb, which is mostly what anybody else would do, obviously. But it seems to be some sort of offering or some sort of sacrifice. The adults are doing something to placate the monster children who are running roughshod over this town.
Can I corner a little Power Ranger? Just get real noir intimidation PI on him. Steal one of its pieces of bubble gum and just try to figure out what's going on here.
So you saunter over, you saunter through the gates, and you see this little Power Ranger kid skipping to himself, and he's got his little bucket, and he's got his little,
No.
he's got his little blue pumpkin. And how do you stop him? What are you gonna?
Oh, so I just reach right into his bag and grab a piece of bubble gum.
So
So,
you
hey,
just
kid.
step right in front of him and grab the gum.
You ever seen a 1099? You ever seen a W4?
Give,
How about a W2?
Oh no.
give me a
Pretty
guy.
scary out there.
Have you
Give
been
me a-
audited?
No, give me a guy. I'll roll.
I got a +1 to this, and that is a 2.
He looks at you for a second, and then he pulls his mask up. He says, "What are you supposed to be?"
Oh god. No, they've done it. They've done it. The monsters are gone. They're gone like Mike. Oh wait, and Ike. And I break down and cry.
All right. Well, that works for me. Take 2 grums as you collapse on the ground. And he comes over. The Power Ranger. He comes over to you. He says, "Your costume is stupid, and I can't believe you took my gum. I can't eat most of this candy. I have a peanut allergy." And he kicks you in the chest and he walks on.
What a dick.
Jeez.
A couple of the other kids have noticed this exchange and come over. There's a little witch and a little vampire, and they're looking at the 4 of you. And they look down at Dexter, and they look at Tabby. Your dog's real ugly.
Thank you.
And- Duh. Did that dog just talk?
No.
No, it's hodag.
Dog. It's yes. I suppose hodag. Yeah.
The witch kid gets right up in your face and kind of like grabs your jowls.
I immediately am going to sneeze in her face, and I want to use my say it then spray it.
Go for it.
Cool. So that's 2 cookies, and I'm gonna basically attack her with my germs.
Okay, that's what they're there for.
Yeah. Let's see.
So what is this? What is this attack based on? Is this adventurousness or?
We're gonna go cuteness
Okay.
because you know I'm real cute and gross.
You're trying to adorably sneeze on your face.
It's just so cute. It's just so cute. With mucus.
Aw.
This one's got mucus
I mean,
on their
they think
nose.
I'm a
This one's got
dog.
mucus on their eyes. This is just it's so adorable.
Yeah. They think I'm a dog, so you know, makes sense.
Right. I think you're an ugly
That
dog.
is a 9.
Oh, shit. All right, I'm gonna use an enemy from the first book from this one. Those other kids seems suitable for this circumstance. You rolled a 9.
Yeah.
And you used cuteness. Okay. There's nothing for a moment after you. What's the like? What are we talking? What's the sneeze? Is it a thick green? Is it a more of a light misting spray? Are you aiming for a particular spot, or does it just kind of?
It is thick, and because part of this ability is I can hit another target, it is just like this wide. Think like Nickelodeon slime, but for legal reasons, not that.
Okay.
But very gritty also.
Nickelodeon, you know.
Gotcha. I don't know what Nickelodeon is. I was unaware that they ever slimed anybody.
They're the old picture movies.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The racy
You're right.
ones
You're
with
right.
Yeah, Nickelodeon.
So you're watching a flapper girl do a saucy dance? Yeah.
We are babies.
So you're watching a flapper baby do a saucy dance?
I'm done.
And my hodag also has a very large mouth, and like any child, I sneeze with my mouth as
Of course.
widely open as possible.
You sneeze. Yeah. And for a second, the child's head is in your mouth. And when you pull back, she is covered. Her face was already painted green, but you have filled in the spots that she missed with your special sauce. And she is... Cut
Those
that.
are words I
was
never
terrible.
want to hear. in this game.
Cut that. That was awful. I did not mean that to sound like it sounded.
Rick and I have
As soon as
30
the words
words
left my mouth.
You have covered her with dog snot, with hodag snot, and she's silent, and she wipes kind of like it off her face, and she looks at the goop, and then she just screams, "Daddy! The doggy bit me!" And all of a sudden, as if materializing out of the shadows, grown people start looking your way. And there's about 4 or 5 large men wearing, I don't know, what do you wear when you take your kids out trick-or-treating? This pretty much.
Sweats.
Yeah. I'm in it. I'm wearing it right now. Yeah. I might toss on the stormtrooper helmet just to
So that is clearly a trooper.
right.
I'm trying.
Right. It's a clone trooper. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's not a stormtrooper. But yeah, they start coming over your direction. What? Hey kids, where's your parents at? What do you mean? What's your dog biting my kid for?
Wouldn't work, Dexter. Do it again to the other one. Scare the adults.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again.
You're gonna sneeze again?
Yep. I have an infinite.
How many kids are there?
Well, there's 2 kids, and one of them's covered in dog snot, and then there's 4 adults that are walking your way. Hey, where are your parents at, kids?
I would like
Tell
to
me where
try
the
and
fuck you
use
bit you.
a fruit punch to attack one of the other kids and bite one of their arms. This is once per break. I can gain 2 ouchies on a successful attack.
So you're gonna bite the other kid? All right. So
Yeah.
the other kid is dressed as a vampire. So yeah, go for it.
It was you.
Let's say that the other kid is in flailing range, and the parents are in flinging range right now. So you've got a couple moves before they get close to you.
Good. So how do I attack again? I do it. It says a successful attack. So do I roll? Is it versus?
It's versus. So you're biting, so it's most likely going to be a physical attack, an adventurousness attack. Yeah.
Cool.
Unless you want to bite like a cool vampire and just go. Bleh. I'll show you how to vampire.
Can I say that this is crafty? Because I noticed that the other kids were spooked by the other one, by that
First
move.
negotiation
More
of the
craft.
game.
And you are using a tool. You are using your juice box, your vampire son.
My vampire son.
Now Rick wrote the vampire, and I'm hearing some of these for the first time, so that's delightful. Vampire son. All right. So it involves a use of an item, though.
Yeah, but I always
to use the power. Is it
yeah.
her? Is it the special class? Is it the special class ability? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or a special class item? Then yes, you can use crafty in this case because crafty deals with using tools and items and stuff. Yep.
Nice. Okay. Then I will do so. I roll. Oops. So that is a 7 total.
So you take a sip of the juice box, and then you bite the kid. Is that what it? I mean, is that?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay. Okay. So where you bite him on the arm?
Yeah. The biting's mostly to spook because there's one kid was bit, maybe another kid getting bit is very spooky. So.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't so much the biting that spooked the first kid. It was having her head in a dog's mouth and then having the dog sneeze all over her. You bite this kid's arm. His mom had about, it's a little chilly in October. She put about 5 or 6 layers underneath his vampire costume. So you're expecting to get arm, and all you're really biting against is cloth. You're getting the nice cotton. And he just kind of looks at you for a second, and he bites your arm.
That's the correct kid thing to do.
Fair enough.
That's tit for tit.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta roll.
Or
no, I just take damage, huh?
Yeah. He bites you with his plastic fangs. You only take 1 point of damage. You take 1 ouchie. You do have vampire super durable skin, and he's got plastic fangs from target, so it's not gonna do much damage. It's more the principle of the thing. And so Lee, you're latched onto his arm, and he's latched onto your arm, and you're just kind of looking at each other over your arm. Yeah, you've each got a mouthful
It's kind of a
arm.
bonding experience right there.
Yeah,
you're friends for life.
Yeah, you're in what we call a Transylvania standoff right now.
Familiar.
Who's gonna let go first? Yeah.
I will try and push him away from me.
Okay.
With flourish.
Flourish.
Yeah.
Did you like a twirl at the end? What are you doing?
No, I have my cape, so just like yes, of course. Bleh.
Can I come up to assist with the flourish and just
yes.
Bully McGuire, just full? I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye and just rub some of my gunk and with my eyeball gunk flailing range.
Ooh.
Yeah, give me the flailing attack here.
All right. What does that? Is that go off adventurousness?
To fling your gunk. Yes. Yeah.
All right. This is a muscly roll.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 6 altogether. Minus
6
2
all
cookies.
Ouch. Between the two of you, you push this kid off. He kind of backs up just as much as the gunk hits him in the face and the eye. And he rears back so quickly that he falls on his butt, and Lee, his fake teeth are still stuck on your arm.
I take him out and put him in my pocket.
Okay, so you've got a pair of fake vampire teeth now.
Yes.
To
go. Can I put them like reverse so I have like top and bottom?
Yeah, absolutely.
Never mind, I do that then.
You're gonna do that?
Yeah.
While he's distracted,
and then I'm gonna try and bite him again.
Yeah, go over the bite. Can I try to take some more bubble gum from him? I've developed a taste for bubble gum.
Before that all happens,
before any of that,
the dads arrive, and there's
the dads are here.
The dads are here, and there's 4 of them standing and looking down at you kids, and they're watching this whole exchange. And they're like, "Hey, that's improper behavior for a young person."
Who are these dads?
At this point, Tabbi is going to try and step in a little bit and creep him out. So in one of her tentacles, she's holding her never popping red balloon. And slowly she moves it. You know, she moves the tentacle with holding it out of view. And of course, because it's kind of dark in it, if you know anything about cats, or any kind of mammal really, our eyes get bigger when darker to take in more light. So of course, her eyes, her kitty eyes are now nice and big. Not sort of cute, I guess, in a way. But anyway, she just says,
cute.
Would you like to play a game with me, mister? And she's gonna use play with us forever and ever, which is spitting range 2 cookies.
Yep.
She's trying to distract the baddies with her eyes while her tentacles smack the bugger.
So the dad hears this like, "Oh, that's quite the toy you got there, kids. What was it, a cat or something?" And the tentacles smack him out of nowhere. All right. So as Tabbi is kind of floating back and forth with her red balloon that never pops, her other tentacle just comes and smacks Dad right across the face, and then kind of like descends back into the darkness.
Not before smacking Tabbi for good measure.
Right, and then it smacks Tabbi because your special friend is nobody. Yeah, you haven't learned how to quite control your tentacles yet. You ever seen like a baby when its head's too heavy and his neck kind of flops all around? It's kind of one of those deals. You know, you haven't built
You're
up the...
supposed to support the head, Jason. Oh my god.
Well, you're also supposed to support the tentacles, but what
I'll support your tentacles.
Yeah.
We are babies, Lee.
Well, I'm trying to be nice to my friend.
Right.
Tabbi here.
Unless this grown-up has some way around it. That's a tummy ache around a cranky, and I already took the 2 ouchies herself because these tentacles are not my best friends.
No. He sure does. When the tentacle slapped him across the face, he just kind of jumps back and oh, my mouth was open. What was that? Is that sashimi? What was? Look, kids.
Sashimi? Did he say a bad word?
Kids, where are your parents? And he starts to wag his fingers like, this behavior is not acceptable in our nice mountain town, and I can't believe you. And he's giving you the grown-up voice. And I need all of you to make me cuteness roll.
It's a 10.
Yeet.
It's an 8 for me.
That's a
Okay.
9 for me.
Okay.
It's a 10 for me.
We're fucking adorable, weird,
Yeah.
gooey kids.
Fuck this grown up. Seriously.
Fuck that guy. Get out of here, dads.
The four of you just kind of stare up at him with your weird cat and your ugly dog and the vampire never blinks, and those fangs look a little too real. And there's just something about Mikeandike that makes you think maybe they consumed a twin in the womb or something. I don't know. Yeah, he's got that look about him. And the dads start to back off, and the one who's talking to him goes, I think those are the kids from you know, the that gifted school on the other side of town. I think I saw one of their parents at the Elms Club mixer tonight. Why don't we go on over there and come on kids. And they pick up their children, the witch and the vampire, and they walk away. The vampire kid has dropped his bag o' viscera, and he's left it lying there. And even though he's like, "Oh, I forgot my bag," that's like, "Oh, we'll go to other houses. I hear the houses on the other side of town are full of rich people giving away full-size candy bars."
That's what they always say.
That's what they say, and they never do. You get there, and there's a whole bunch of lights turned off. It's like, oh, you guys are jerks.
I already gave them away. They
Yep,
only bought a box of like 30.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Worse, they're giving out vegetables.
Ugh. Horrible.
So there's a bag of whatever that somebody has left. The kid has left behind.
Loot it.
Looting it.
That children's stuff. I'll look at it. Yeah, I'll open it first. I'm right next to him, I guess. I stole
Yeah,
his
do it,
teeth,
you coward.
so- yeah.
I'm getting a bag.
Start yelling at you from 15 feet away. Just, I'm not scared. You're scared.
You're scared, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you walk away. Your dad's not going to be around to save you next time.
I go into full PI mode, and I'm just in the corner doing my gritty noir voiceover. I never saw Justin again when he walked over to the mixer on 3rd Street. But I knew that he would always remember me because he has pink eye.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Dexter is just shouting encouragement. He's yelling the school motto, which is "Loot the body."
Loot the body!
Body? Loot that children's body. Alright,
Our little friend has managed to get quite the haul. Apparently, he's not only been sneaking candies, but he's just been grabbing random crap off of the ground as he's been walking around, which is a pretty kid thing to do.
Fair.
So there are...
You were a weird kid, Jason. I feel like that's just... I'm learning this as we play this. So like, you're a strange kid. You know, like that's what kids are wont to do. You know, we just pick things up off the ground.
I hate to interrupt,
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt this lovely thing, but I think it's Kayla has redeemed channel points for a random skill check for Mikeandike.
Oh no!
ooh.
So Jason, you get to pick what he's got to make a
All
skill
right.
check in.
Mike, you have been in the corner narrating loudly to yourself
Of course.
about how much your city needs you, and the only sound that you can hear anymore is the rain deep inside your soul. So I need you to make me a cool roll, as a couple of other kids have started to kind of get notice of what.
Just watching me talk to myself.
Yeah,
in the
yeah, and
darkness.
they're weird.
That's a total of 5.
Yeah, they're not impressed, and they're actually one of the bigger kids kind of comes over and says, "Nobody liked the spirit, dude." Half the people listening to this right now aren't even going to get this reference.
Samuel L. Jackson was the octopus, and we need to respect that. And I pop another bubblegum piece in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to quit.
It leans in. Frank Miller is a terrible director. And that one hurts. That one
Cuts me real
hurts.
deep.
And you're going to take a grump. True.
That I have maxed out my grumps. And I know that means I'm sleepy, but I have my knacks of I'm not sleepy. So can I expend 1 cookie to subtract 2 grumps?
Now's a good time to do it. When you max out in Babies and Broadswords, folks at home who may not be familiar with the game, when you max out one of your misfortunes, your grumps, your ouchies, or your tummy aches, you go on a 5-minute timeout. Which means you, the person, the player, leaves the table for 5 minutes, and whatever happens while you're gone, you just have to deal with the consequences. But because Mikeandike is using one of his abilities, he is not going to lose. He's not going to go on a timeout right now. So that puts you back up to what? 1 grump? 2 grumps?
Yes. Okay. That puts me back to 1 grump. Yeah.
1 grump. All right. So in the bag, my little vampire friend, are 4. Let's call them happy-sized snooker bars. Each one of these snooker bars is the equivalent of 1 cookie. It's a currency exchange type thing. And he has picked up on his travels a couple of different things. There is a weird-shaped rock with numbers on it. It's a 1 single use. It'll let you re-roll any failed skill challenge.
What?
Yep.
Nice.
And there is... It looks like he might have had another... Let's see, I'm in a just random pit of... and it looks like Mommy might have packed him a raincoat just in case it got stormy out there, on top of the 9 layers of clothes underneath his vampire cape. So there is a raincoat that will allow you 1 defensive reroll if you're in combat. After that, it just keeps the rain off.
I want to pass out the snooker bars to everyone, so everyone gets 1.
Everyone gets 1 happy-sized snooker bar. Yeah.
And then, when he pulls out the raincoat, he like shakes it, and then he's going to look over at Mikeandike and be like, "Oh, this will go with your costume."
Oh, score! Just double trench coated up, double cheeked up and double trenched up. This is a good night.
So your initial trench is way too big, and the raincoat is way too small. So you're like kind of half.
It's like sticking out the sleeves.
It's like half of it fits all right. You got like 1 arm through the sleeve, but you can't quite get the other arm through the sleeve. So yeah, it's
just over there monologuing about how Ike would have loved this trench coat. It's a sadness that he's gone, but it's also a darkness that keeps me going through the night.
There you go.
When Tabbi gets the snookers bar, would she, especially with like not having been out of sight of the coach and the TA for such a long time, would she recognize what that is?
None of you have any idea what this is. You've been eating flavorless porridge and non-sugar cookies for most of your life.
So we're homeschooled.
Pretty much. I don't want to come right out and say it, but you know, we know Dexter's parents are
the patchouli
of a certain ilk, perhaps. But you've seen some of the other kids peeling the wrappers off and putting these things in their mouths. But
I'm gonna invoke one of my quirks here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take after the other kids and start eating it. And because it is no doubt filled with sugar, it's going to activate Tabby's ADHD quirk. And
Just give you the zoomies?
She's getting the zoomies, and she's going to start talking and babbling uncontrollably.
Perfect.
So when Tabby, the not displacer beast, gets the zoomies, what's it look like?
She starts using her tentacles to climb up any vertical walls and such. Kind of like she'll go up surfaces like it's like it ain't no thing. She'll dash around some of the others, and suddenly she'll be whispering weird and wonderful things in their ears. Sometimes trying to terrorize them with the balloon a little bit as well, maybe getting that in the action. But yeah, she's just all over the place. Like one time she's up a lamppost, next thing she's up the wall. Right, next thing you know, she's right behind you, whispering about how everyone else should eat theirs because they're just so nutty and sweet and caramelly and she just can't stop praising the darn Snookers bar.
Tabby eats her Snookers bar and goes forking ape shit. She's literally bouncing off of any surface she can bounce off. She's running into kids. She's knocking over kids. Just anything that she can jump off of, she's jumping off of. And occasionally she will appear behind one of you and whisper, "Eat the candy." And then she's off again. There's a crowd. There's a crowd gathering around you.
Unwrap it. He's just been chewing it with the wrapper on.
With the wrapper on? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
The wrappers aren't very sturdy.
That's
You might get some of it.
You ever watch a dog like eat peanut butter before? Kind of get that.
I have a dog.
That's basically what Dexter's doing right now. The nougat, the caramel, it's good, but it's sticking to the
I'm gonna undo the wrapper and feed it to Dexter, just to give him one of my pieces of bubble gum. And just like mime it for you, just
No, that takes away from the flavor.
Flavor itself takes away from the flavor.
I'm gonna start chewing up on the
just
on
all
the
the bubble gum you got. Chewing
No,
on
all the wrappers.
All the wrappers. Sounds good. Yeah. That roughage is probably gonna be great for your diet. Everyone's
had a bunch
eating
of eyeballs earlier. Like I'm pretty regular.
No, they were. Thought they were peeled grapes. So everyone's eating candy. Your next skill challenge, I'm gonna let you take +1 because you are super powered by happy-sized Snookers bars. But the sugar crash is gonna come after, and we'll figure out what that looks like. So for now, think of it as you've got a temporary blessing of the Milton Hershey gods.
Perfect. How many cookies do we start with? I didn't mark that down.
I don't know if I made you roll for cookies. Roll a d6 and add 2.
Got it. Okay, so I'm sitting at 5 cookies. I'm feeling good. I got 5 cookies. I've eaten more bubble gum than I have since I was 8 years old. It's a good night.
You guys have been bouncing all around, and you're getting kind of into the whole thing. You've even gone up to a couple of houses and demanded more candy. Once you realize that they're not giving out the death size of old people and the broken innocence of teenagers in Wisconsin or whatever, they're giving you more Snookers bars. So your bags are out. You haven't quite gotten the trick or treat thing, but the insistent glares and the vibrating, most of the adults are kind of giving you whatever and just kind of shuffling you along. You get further down the street though, and the demeanor of the kids as you get towards the end of the cul-de-sac starts to change. There's a lot more confused looks at their bags. There's some crying. Kids are pulling out weird red orbs and weird copper discs and like little sticks with bristles on the end of them and like spools of green string, and they're looking more and more upset. And you overhear a couple of them saying, "What the hell is this?"
Torture devices.
Yeah, it's torture that they gave us this on Halloween. Who does that?
Accountants.
I can ask someone that question, and Tabby will get out her locket, and if anyone looks at the locket, you'll see that it has one photo of it is an old Scottish fella wearing Victorian era clothes, and the other picture is of a significantly younger woman who looks like she's from London. Possibly she's his granddaughter, and she will invoke that locket to ask her one question for the session, which is who gives out all those things that they're complaining about. And if anyone gets the reference of who is in that locket, I will give you something.
I do not.
I'm just thinking, okay, I got to do what are the accents I got to know? Okay.
Scottish and East End of London.
The old man in his fancy bowler hat and the young girl appear before you, Tabby. At least from the waist up. The waist down is just misty, ephemeral, ghosty shape. And he tips his head and says, well, you want to know who gives out dental floss on Christmas?
Oh, God.
Or on Halloween?
This guy.
Oh, that would be the dentist. And the young lady goes, dentist! That's right. Nobody likes the dentist because he gives you toothbrushes instead of Snookers bars. Beware the dentist, child. I don't understand the reference, but we're going to go with it anyway. and the ghostly old man and the ghostly young woman suck back up into your locket, and the locket closes with a clop. None of you saw any of this. Tabby just did that thing. Tabby just did that thing that cats do sometimes, where they just stare at the corner of something. And you're like, "What are you? What's over there?" There's nothing. It's just a wall. It's just there's nothing going on over there. But
Are you okay?
that's what she does. You wonder if maybe the sugar is starting to wear off a little bit.
Well, if we can figure out where it comes from, then we should go get them. I mean, maybe they have real grapes.
Ooh, grapes! Terrifying. So, Tabby, you're the only one who knows about the dentist.
Mr. 11 and the souffle woman said it was the
Doctor
dentist.
Who reference. Oh,
Yes.
jeez, I should have known it. All right. Peter Capaldi and Olivia Colman. Okay, I got him there now. All right, I got you.
Took a little bit, but
It took me a bit.
there.
It took me a bit. The Scottish threw me. I'm like, Doctor Who's always what?
Apart
But
from
David Tennant's
oh, no,
Scottish.
it's the 12, not the 11.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, they've gone back into the locket, which is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Yeah.
They said something about a dentist. I don't know if he was swearing at me. He does that sometimes. Or is that the accent? I don't know.
You've had too much candy. It's time to cut you off.
Only when he's on in the loop. Fuckity bye. All right.
dentist.
Love that show. Yeah, do any of you know what a dentist is? Make me a brainy.
Can I say, okay, I have a quirk called teasing. Can I say that because of my unusual teeth, I might have been brought to a dentist at some point?
I will give you advantage on the roll.
Nice.
I mean,
okay.
that's not a thing. I will let you roll twice, and I will take whatever number is highest. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. It's a brainy, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a 7. It's okay.
I mean, Dexter is pretty brainy. He could
Yeah, you
I
can.
got a-
Any of you could make the roll.
I got a 9 on my brainy.
Okay.
10. Nice.
We got a 7, 2 9s, and what'd you get, Dexter?
Oh wait, I lied. He's not brainy. He's the other thing.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm just not gonna roll.
I'm more upset that you lied to me. Dare you?
I lied to myself.
You're fired.
Yeah, seriously. If
I
I
mean, they
paid
don't
you, if I paid you in the fake company that we kind of volunteer work for, I would dock the pay that I don't give you. Is what would happen
Right.
for that. Yeah.
It's fine. We all know Aaron, and she's the boss. So
Aaron's in charge. Yeah.
Keeps the books.
That's right. I'm just the face. They keep this around for advertising mostly. Yep. Yeah. Those of you who have teeth know that the dentist is one of the most horrifying monsters of the human world. They like to, from what you've heard, drill into kids' teeth.
Horrifying.
But they numb it first, so you don't even get the enjoyment of the drill going in. Yeah, it's just like, why bother when I'm not feeling anything, you know? But when you guys start talking about the dentist, some of the other kids are like, well, yeah, that makes sense. It's probably Dr. Plack and Scratch up the road. And they point to a house at the end of the cul-de-sac, which is gleaming white,
Of course.
brutal modernist. So there's windows and weird metal railings everywhere. Running across the outside of the house. And a sign in front that says, well, none of you can read. It says something, words, and like a picture of a cartoon smiling mouth.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 dentists recommend this street.
9 out of 10 dentists may live on the street. But the kids point to the house and like, yeah, that's where the dentist lives. That's where Dr. Black and Scratch lives. He always gives out crap like this, but none of the other houses have ever done it before. He must be, I don't know, like infecting the other parents with his dentistry.
The indoctrination.
Indentrination, yeah. And the kids wander off. One of them like pulls an apple out of his bag and just like chucks it at a house.
Wait,
Ruined Halloween. Yeah.
This dentist indentures people?
Yes, he'll make you his dentist servant. Yeah.
Dentist servant. Well, maybe if we go there, we can find the terrifying items, though. He seems to repel the other children.
Is he old?
I'm not sure.
This is
We should go find out.
This was
I mean-
asking, assuming one of the big kids was, or one of the other kids was still around. That was kind of aimed at them. But
Oh yeah. Okay. Is he old? I don't know. He's like in his 40s. Like
So
he
yes.
probably doesn't think he's old, but anyone younger than him actually kind of feels sorry for him because he still thinks that, you know, he's hip and with it. But yeah, no, he's old. Yeah.
Does he have TikTok?
Hmm.
He's like excited that he finally figured out what the gram means, I bet.
Thought I meant the gramophone this whole time.
Last time I went in to get a filling, he told me he was gonna, you know, flex for the gram over the weekend, and I could tell he was real happy with himself. And then he kept going on and on about Olivia Rodrigo. Like, I don't talk about Olivia Rodrigo.
Wait,
man.
guts are sour though. Let's
He was going on about how guts is derivative. Like, it's, you don't know what you're talking about, man.
Can I use one of my abilities here? I'm trying to remember what they're called. My class abilities, the Blues Horrifying Clues.
Yeah.
Give you one question.
You can.
How do I infiltrate this dentist's home?
Crap, man.
It's a good question.
Do I have to tell you the truth? Yeah, I do.
You do if I give you 2 cookies.
Yes, that's right. Hand them over. All right.
You can't lie to a kid in a fedora. You know how adorable I look? You can't even see my eyes, man.
Can't do it. Even if you ate your twin.
Was it in the womb or out of the womb? We don't know.
I know you've got a healthy appetite, and I appreciate that as a dad.
We're on number 4 for the bubblegum, by the way, and it's rough. It's rough.
I like a kid who finishes his meal. All right. Best way to get into the house. Make the dentist really curious about the state of your dental things, your teeth, your mouth bones.
You were ready for this. You had
mouth
prepared.
bones.
You
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like, I know this guy. They're gonna ask me, how do I get in?
How do I get in? How do I surpass everything? I was gonna make it up on the fly. You made me just have to think about it 5 minutes earlier than I was planning on it. If the dentist is all dentists love taking pictures of weird teeth. They say that they're X-rays, but they don't give you those X-rays. They keep those for themselves. Have you ever gone home with X-rays of your teeth that the dentist took? No, he keeps that shit.
You chased everybody off. Good job.
I did.
Sometimes they send you home with these.
Ooh.
Wow. Are those your teeth?
They're my wife's teeth, and isn't that creepier?
Well, that's a little bit creepier that they sent you home with your wife's teeth. Yeah.
You didn't know I was doing so well, did you? You're welcome.
Weird flex, but okay.
That's what you get with the comic book money. You get your wife's teeth.
Give yourself a gold star. That was great.
I'll take it.
How do you spell success? WIFETEETH.
Felipe, I think I know how we get in. We trap the dentist with your interesting teeth. I mean the fake ones that you've been carrying from that kid that you bit and then he bit you, and you know that whole situation that happened.
Felipe, you put those in your mouth.
Dexter is very...
Yeah, they're in my teeth right now.
Oh, yeah,
like,
Felipe just
yeah.
hasn't closed their mouth all the way.
Good thing
for,
I have
like,
a
the
big
past
like
half hour.
underbite, so
Yeah, it's just you a Habsburg? Yeah, just
Yeah.
kind of drooling.
yeah, he's got underbite.
Yeah.
So I see, like, we have 2 choices here. We can either show off those fake teeth, because I've never seen anything crazy like that, or we go get that kid who didn't have sharp teeth like the rest of us, and we take his teeth to the dentist's house.
Maybe we
also-
try these ones first before
Also,
we.
Dexter has, like the
Wimp.
saber-tooth tiger teeth they've never been brushed, ever.
Who brushes their teeth? I've never seen a brush for my teeth before.
Maybe that'll scare the dentist.
Scared me.
Let's go.
We must away.
Let us go.
As you walk towards the lair of Dr. Plaque and Scratch, more and more children are dejectedly throwing away their Halloween bags, dropping them. They've eaten all the candy. All that's left is the pennies and the raisin boxes. And they're all pointing towards the doctor's house. They're like, he's not even giving out flavored dental floss anymore. Like, who does that? A little kid, he's like, I got a bottle of Listerine.
Oh no.
We're about to get turned up.
I was
More and more
gonna say.
There's
That's not a good
s-
thing to give to a child.
There's a smell that starts to permeate from the house. It's a minty freshness that just really sets all of your teeth on edge. It's the smell of baking soda and nobody with the gum disease gingivitis.
You smell a disturbing lack.
You
of
smell a
gingivitis.
disturbing lack of flack. Yeah, there's a. Give me a
Clean,
notes
minty
roll as the minty freshness kind of sends chills down your spine.
Dexter's unfazed. He got a 2.
Dexter's fine.
I got a 3.
All right, nice,
4.
nice. Sophia,
Sorry, I was dealing with stream stuff. What am I rolling?
that's all right.
You're
Rolling the
making a
notes. Yeah, making a notes roll.
Notes roll. That is it. Where's my 8? There it is. I almost rolled a 10. A 5.
Okay, you're all good. You're fortified still by the sugar. I don't think any of you have used your sugar rush yet, so you're keeping it with you. And you arrive at the front door, and you're standing on the porch. The door is closed. It is also shining white door. It's got a little door knocker on the front. That looks like just a single tooth, so that when you kind of bank it on the door, it looks like a makes a little mouth opening, closing.
Can you make that sound again? I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Good.
You got it? Yeah.
It's a clean take. Yeah.
Yeah, the Foley. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, there we go. So, somebody break some celery while I'm doing this, all right? So we get that.
I didn't come prepared. I'll just break my own bone.
You don't have a box full of cornstarch to shake for thunder? Oh, come on.
Let me go get my wobbly board.
Yeah, I need you to go get some cellophane so that I can get a little fire going. I can crinkle it up.
For the rain. Yeah, the pouring
Yep,
rain.
yep,
Oh,
I have
what?
my Costco-sized bag of baking soda.
Perfect. Well, you're going to
There
need
you
that. You know who else has a Costco-sized bag of baking soda?
The
Dr.
dentist.
Black and Scratch. That's right. You are standing in front of his house. A row of kids have gathered at the edge of his property, and they're all looking at the four of you, and they're whispering. It's like, have they been paying attention? Like, he's giving out dental floss and Listerine. Why are those kids going? I mean, he's going to ruin Halloween. They must be crazy. You see that ugly dog? Yeah.
Dexter's gonna just like drive-by cough on every single one of them.
Skin starts to boil.
I have to say something really personal here, Felipe. I need you to do me a favor. I haven't done this in a really long time. I need you to get on my shoulders, so we're tall enough to knock. And no one's done this since the strange, mysterious disappearance of Ike. But if you would do me this favor and just climb up on top, I would appreciate it.
I feel like this is a scorpion frog incident here.
That is my
This is my
nature.
But
I'm not a top. I just told you I'm a bottom. Babies,
Children.
like
Children.
We're babies. We're babies.
we're babies. Right. Felipe claps you on the shoulder and looks at your eyes and says, "I will do this for you, Mikeandike." And
I need a nimble
So-
roll from you then, and a beefy roll or muscly roll from you.
my
Mikeandike.
plan is
Yes, what's your
after
plan?
we knock,
Mhm.
is that I want Dexter and I to both like smile really big and try and like see if his creepy, horrible teeth and gunky teeth will do anything, or if my weird fake teeth and actual teeth will do anything.
You just like really fill out the fake teeth perfectly.
Let's see if you can get up there first.
I'll
Yeah.
do nimble, real quick.
I got a 9 on the muscly roll.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just not very nimble is the So that's it's a 7.
Felipe starts to kind of like crawl up Mike
In my
and Ike
lizard
and-
fashion.
Well, yeah. And Mike is lifting and helping and pushing. You got a 7, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that 7 will work. All right. And you get up, and you're sitting on his shoulders, Felipe. And for a moment, there's some vertigo, and Mikeandike, your knees start to tremble a little bit until they
Been too
remember.
long. I'm out of
Yeah,
practice.
it's been too long, exactly. But you find your balance, and Felipe, for a moment, you put your arms out. It feels like you're flying, and Mike, a single tear rolls down your cheek, and Sarah McLachlan's "In the Arms of the Angel" starts to play in the background.
You're the king of the world, Felipe.
I'm gonna spread my cape out. Like little bat wings.
Right. Yep.
Near, far, wherever you are.
Yeah.
What the hell are those kids doing?
We're going full Titanic, tape 2.
Here we do it.
It's Titanic the sequel. Wait.
Well,
I knock. I try and grab the knocker and like lean back and then like knock it.
Yeah. The door creaks open.
Smile. Smile.
Standing there in the open doorway is this dark silhouette of a tall man, bald, skinny, with his hands curled up like this. And he's wearing a black cape with a high collar and a tuxedo.
Stealing my look.
And you can see he's got plastic fangs, and he says, "Blah, children! Happy Halloween!" But they're too big, so he's more just kind of sitting when he talks. Because the fangs are too big for his mouth.
This is Dexter's people right now.
He's all about it. Oh, I see we have a spooky vampire, blah, and a dog with a William Shatner mask on its head.
A dog with spikes.
Gunk out of it and go, "Did I get it?" and wipe it on him.
Oh. He does not like to be dirty and messy, and you can see he recoils back. But that is also when he recoils back, when he gets a look at Felipe's teeth.
Can I try and take his teeth too? You said he takes it out of his mouth.
Yeah,
can I try and snatch it from his hands?
He's holding up like a set.
He's like, he's holding them in his right hand. He's kind of wiping off his.
Yeah. Well, he's distracted. Can I just like
this was
snatch
a
him?
rental. Oh, I'm not gonna get the security deposit back now. Hey, yeah, young man, give me my teeth back. You've got fake teeth of your own.
And then I want to try and scare him with like the combined powers of Dexter's nasty teeth and my weird teeth. Can I make
with your powers combined?
With your powers combined.
Teeth.
I think maybe could this a guile or a cool maybe?
Yeah, cool. Roll me on this one.
Okay, I can do a cool.
Because you're not faking him with bad teeth. You have bad teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Dexter is actually pretty good at cool. That is his talent.
Perfect.
Nothing cooler than a dog lizard in a William Shatner mask, that's for sure.
Exactly.
That's the coolest thing. That's what I've always wanted to be.
Cool. Got a 12.
Yeah, I'm going to also use my +1 from the snookers, and that will put me at a 11.
All right.
Coolest kids on the block.
Coolest kids on the block.
It's a low bar because they all went home, right? Like
Right. Well,
they still live here.
Yeah, they're still on the block.
Friends,
Yeah. But you kids are kind of the
Still
last
on the
ones out,
block.
yeah.
They're just in houses now. Okay.
He recoils. Oh! When was the last time you went to the dentist? And what? oh my gosh, get your dog some milk bones, but here, you. He's looking at you. Come closer. And he bends down. He bends down real far because he's very tall. And even though you're still on Mike and Ike's, I'm guessing you're still on Mike and Ike's shoulders. He's still very taller than the rest. Yeah. And he grabs your chin, and he's like He's like your mouth, and he's kind of. All right, these are fake, but he taps your incisors with a finger, and he stops for a moment, and he pulls out a little. He's got that little mirror thingy on the end of the, and he's like looking at the backside. He's like, these. I've never seen incisors like this before.
Oh well.
They're absurdly large. I need a better look. Come in, children. Come in, children. I don't normally invite children into my home, but I'm concerned about your incisors.
Based on your general demeanor, I would like to say I don't believe you.
I'll have you know those charges were dropped.
So I guess I should have asked beforehand, but do we want to try and befriend this dentist or not? Because I do want to bite him now. So because
he's gone. He's like motioned you in. You're still all in the doorway, but he's turned his back and he's reaching into. It's one of those deals where like his home is above the dentist office, but the ground floor is the dentist office. Yeah. So he's got his dentist stuff all there, and he's already like getting the chair ready, and he's pulling out all manner of sharp implements and dentistry tools. And he's just like, he's not looking at any of you. He's like, you with the incisors, sit. I need to get a plaster cast of this, if nothing else. But he's not paying attention to any of you. Yeah.
Dexter's like, he does have very biteable looking ankles.
I'm gonna whisper to the other two, is this the part where we steal his soul?
I think so, yes.
It's
You have the most hands. Start grabbing.
We can capture his dying breath now, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't remember our mission, but Tabbi is probably ready to go, right? Like, you got this.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, one, she likes to touch everything, and two, she likes to watch people sleep.
I have follow-up questions.
Ability. It's not,
To the class abilities.
It's not like in a creepy way, you know.
It's just in a, I'm going to hurt you way.
Right.
No, that was the first one. That was demanding that people play with her forever and ever.
So are we trying to steal the deed to the mine? What are we doing?
Wait, what?
Now that we're inside of the home, I didn't think through to the next step.
We're gonna steal the torture implements and scare the other children.
Okay.
All right.
Goal set. We just go steal some toothbrushes.
So with that in mind,
We need to focus.
Can I make a guile roll to start trying to grab everything that's not nailed down in Tabby's tentacles?
Yeah, go for it. Actually, in this case, it would be you're trying to grab with you don't want to get caught. Yeah, I'll let you do a guile roll in this case. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Okay, let's see. That's a 5 plus that. That's a 12 overall.
Oh yeah, he is so busy like setting up his X-ray thing, and he's like adjusting the. Come sit down. You can tell your mother I won't even charge for this one. I don't think the insurance would cover it anyway. Tabbi,
I still have a living mother.
We have Blue Cross Blue Shield, thank you.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't accept Blue Cross. Your tentacles just start whipping around him, and are you just like grabbing anything that's in?
Yeah, anything that's in range that's liftable by like a small kitten.
Do you have any sugar-free gum now? Because I would just love some.
Well, Tabby grabs
Back.
the first thing that her tentacle grabs. How many tentacles do you have? Just the 2, or do you have?
4.
You can't just ask somebody how many tentacles
I know,
they
right?
have.
Right.
Roll a d6.
Okay.
Am I assuming you're going to let me grab something with each tentacle? I have 13 tentacles, so
I rolled a 2, so actually let's make it as 2, and she's still got a 4 paws.
All right. Okay, 4 paws and 2 tentacles. All right.
Yeah.
One tentacle grabs the little mirror sticky thing that he had been looking at Philippe's teeth with. The other tentacle, there's a dress. There's a shelving unit, where they keep all the implements and stuff. And the tentacle whips around the handle to the bottom of the shelving unit, and as you kind of open it up, all of the neighbors' candy that he convinced them not to give out this year kind of starts to landslide out. There is a mountain of finger butters and Snookers bars, and
There's just some Bubba Hubba.
there's some Bubba Hubba
Some Bubba Hubba.
and some Tootsie Rolls and
Call it whatever you want.
some OK and Plenties, whatever you, yeah. Call it whatever you want. Yeah, exactly.
Look at everyone a little bit, but we got that.
Who's them a what's it?
Yeah. Who's them a what's it?
And they're more than just the happy size. There are some full size in there. It's this is the hall, and it's all right there for the taking. But he notices the sound of candy cascading, because if there's one thing a dentist hates,
Cascading candy.
cascading candy.
Cascading candy.
Group hydrating
Insurance
or-
companies. Insurance companies, and then cascading cascading candies. Yeah. And he turns slowly, and he's got the scrapey gum thingy in one hand, and the fluoride sucker thingy in the other. What are you children doing poking around? It's very rude to go where you don't belong.
I want to scream down with the bourgeoisie, and I want to take his license. I'm guessing he's got it on a plaque in the office, right? Like, if he doesn't have the physical license, he cannot practice. That's a rule. Like, it's just like if you ask a cop if they're a cop, they have to tell you.
They have to tell you.
Steal
They
the
have to tell
dentist's
you.
license,
Yeah.
Legally,
they cannot practice.
you have to.
Mm-hmm.
So we will redistribute the wealth, and we will make sure he cannot do this again.
Everyone roll for taking turns. You have gone after his license. Combat is the only way to solve this.
That's fair.
My livelihood.
Do I add anything to the taking turns roll?
Yeah, we don't want anything, right?
Okay.
No.
If you haven't used your sugar rush, you can add your +1. Oh, those of you who have used your sugar rush +1, you're gonna get a -1 on whatever your next roll is, because now you're in the sugar drop. Yep.
You did not warn me of this.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
Look on the
That's how I roll.
Look on the plus side. There's a whole bunch of candy right there to get another one.
Just start shoving in my face.
You might
At the start of my turn, I would like to grab all. No.
Who rolled what?
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 3.
I got a
I
4.
guess. That'll make mine a 1 if I have a negative
Oh.
1.
Okay, well there we go. So
So
it
originally
is...
a 2. We rolled a straight.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I'll just throw myself in the middle there. I'll be number 4. All right.
Right.
So we've got Mike goes first, and then was it Rick or was it? Did Dexter or Tabby go next? What was the next one?
Dexter got a 4.
Dexter got a 4. That's right. And then Tabby, and then Dr. Plack and Scratch, and finally Felipe. All right, so Dexter, you have snatched his degree off his wall, which incited this incident. It is one thing to, try to rob his candy stash, but to rob a man's livelihood, he didn't go to evil dental school for 6 years for you to just rip his degree off the wall.
Dentists don't go to school.
Well, like they used to evil dentist school as if they're not all evil.
Look, I'm not gonna.
Surprisingly anti-dentist.
I'm not gonna call you doctor, okay? You didn't go to medical school.
So I think I'm gonna stare at this license because of all the gobbledygook that they wrote on there, and I'm gonna use my two-fisted justice ability. And I get to use my skill as a little thing to discover an enemy's weakness or toughness.
Okay. What do you want to know? His weakness or his toughness?
I want to know his weakness.
His weakness?
I want to know what makes this man tick. I want to be in the bowels of this city and figure out what this sickness is, because I'm here to weed it out like some gross-looking, vaccine. But I'm just like the fungus part that they haven't actually made into the vaccine yet. You know?
Gotcha.
I'm penicillin
Scabby.
You're
pre-turned into a syringe. Exactly. Yeah.
So Dexter's parents wouldn't believe in you. Is what?
Exactly.
Yeah,
100%. Well, they would believe that I'm going to infect them with 5G that I will then be able to take over with it.
Yeah,
with the nanobots. Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
correct,
Yes,
correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that is our family nightmare.
Just combining conspiracy theories here.
Isn't that how they work? They're like,
that's your.
I think so. I'm not.
It all
adept.
adds up to Q.
I would say it's all QAnon. Yeah. That's what they've been doing.
Oh.
It's the conspiracy. Yeah. Dentists love a nice smile, and they love feeling like they're smarter than other people. What they're not keen on is ever leaving the dentist office to do anything active. His weakness is adventurousness. So attacks made with adventurousness will do extra damage to the dentist.
Gotcha. So when it's a little thing, is that like sorry to cross the streams? Is that like a bonus action?
A what? A what now?
It's a little thing. I got
it.
What?
Yes, it's your bonus action.
So then I'm going to try to throw something at him. Would that qualify as an adventurousness attack?
Yeah, what are you going to throw at him?
I think I'm going to throw his license at him, but just the case. So it's going to shatter if it hits him, but if he doesn't catch it,
So with your tiny little 4-year-old arm, you're going to throw... Okay, got it.
100%. I'm going to throw this very heavy glass plaque with a sheet of paper inside of it.
Do you still have a vampire on your shoulders?
No, I don't think so, right? Like, or didn't you get off to sit in the chair?
Yeah, I guess I probably would have if I was trying to distract him while everybody else was stealing. Sure, I popped up on the chair. That's where I am.
Oh, this sounds like you're all retconning to make things more convenient for yourself.
You didn't ask ahead of time, so...
You're right. It's my fault. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm gonna use my gold star to add another d6 to this roll, because I rolled a 1 for a total of 4. And with only another +2, so that's 6 altogether. So I'll use my sugar rust to make it 7.
Okay. And are you adding your adventurousness to that as well?
I just rolled very poorly.
Okay. So you just got shit rolls. Okay. So that's a 7?
How dare you?
How dare you be absolutely
correct? You throw the heavy glass frame at the doctor, at the dentist, and it doesn't make it. It just kind of like falls on the floor at his feet. But the corner does land on his toes, and he kind of goes, "Ow!" as he picks it up and brushes it off. He'll take 1 ouchie of damage, and he like pretty ill-behaved child as he hangs it back up on the wall
Oh.
He took
I'm,
one
I'm,
damage.
I'm at my weakest point. I don't have my Master Blaster with me. I don't rule Bartertown right now. I'm all alone.
What's your move, Raggedy Man? Two children enter. One child leaves. All right. Dexter, you're up.
Dexter is going to try to, I would say, be muscly and use my Hodag spikes to just go right for his ankles.
Heck yeah.
Okay. You're trying to hamstring him
Yeah,
with your
yeah,
spikes.
basically.
You're gonna like the old guy in Pet Cemetery. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's my favorite movie.
Don't go up there. Ground's gone sour.
That is also a 7.
Oof. He dodges out of the way of your spikes. Dentists have very starchy pants. And your spikes couldn't get through the sharp pleat of his khakis. So he just kind of sidesteps and
Pleated khaki.
Real men wear corduroys. We all know this, dentist.
Zoop, zoop, zoop.
yeah, if you want to start a brush fire every time you walk anywhere, sure. That's gonna bring it around to the dentist. Felipe, you're in the chair.
Oh yeah, yep.
You
I'm
said
in
you're
the chair.
He's like, well, let's. Kids, control your dog. He turns his attention back to you, Felipe. You're in the chair. And he goes, let's just start out by. My God, you haven't been doing your 6-month checkups, have you? Let's try a little fluoride. How does peppermint banana work for you? And he squeezes this gel into a mouth guard and he shoves it in your mouth. He tries to shove it in your mouth.
Great.
So he's
We're
gonna.
babies, Jason.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm,
He gently places it in your mouth, but no, he's trying to shove it. All right, so that's gonna be he's trying to shove, so he's gonna make an adventurousness. It's an adventurousness roll. No, actually, no. You're not fighting him. You're fighting the fluoride taste. So actually,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna make this a cuteness roll.
A cuteness roll. Okay. Well,
I dropped my dice.
We believe in you.
I rolled a 9. Pretty cute vampire.
He also rolled a 9. Attack.
Damn.
Yep, attacker wins. In our game, you're going to take 1 point of tummy ache damage. As sure enough, bananas and mint start to fill your mouth with foamy, blubbery, fluoride goodness. But that's going to bring it around to Tabbi. The doctor is shoving this mouth guard into Felipe. He's totally not paying attention to anything else that's going on around him. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just bite down on the mouth guard, you fucking kid. Not now.
I'm. How do I want to play this? I'm going to use my third ability,
Okay.
which is I like to watch you sleep, but instead, we're gonna kind of reflavor it like this.
Okay.
She's gonna try
You're-
she's gonna try and kind of use it in a way to distract him, because he's gonna have to give her a cookie.
Uh-huh.
So she kind of peeks out from behind the balloon with big kitty eyes and asks, "Mr. Dentist, do they call you Willy Wonka? Because that's an awful lot of candy you have there."
Ooh, a dentist
Magic Man
burn.
can.
Yeah, dentist burn. Why don't you... We'll call this a cuteness attack, too. So why don't you go ahead and roll? And because you are using this ability, you're homebrewing to the guy who wrote the game. So the audacity, first of all.
No one else here has done that ever.
The nice thing about playing your own game is when I make shit up, it becomes canon. Like,
It's just not.
George
That's how it
Lucas,
is.
I just decided this is how it is now. Yeah. I will. You will. This will result in you getting candy one way or another. But go ahead and make it an attack. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my sugar rush just because.
Do it.
It's a good thing I used that. Yeah, it's a straight 4.
Ooh, you had a good run.
Yeah.
Hey, let's
Straight 4 is what they called me in high school.
That being said, also, goddamn it, Kayla. Kayla has enraged the dentist, so the dentist gets advantage on his next attack.
Whatever.
Kayla.
He's so angry at being called Willy Wonka.
The way it came out of her mouth was Willy Wonka because
Willy
toddler speak.
Wonka. Oh, he's so enraged by the terrible pun that he totally misses the fact that this cat is talking to him, and he just kind of gives you a shoo. By the way, cat. This is a hygienic space, and he kind of boots you out of the way. He doesn't do any damage because if the defender rolls higher, it's just no damage. It's a missed attack. But you do kind of scoot off to the side, and you find yourself cushioned as you fall backwards on a giant pile of candy. So you can snag a piece while you're there. And that's going to bring it to Felipe. Felipe, you are in the chair. A frothy, fluoride mess. He's trying to shoot water into your face with that little rinsey gun. Yeah.
Okay. Is it my
That's
turn
the
now?
technical term for it. Is the
The little
rinsey
rinsey gun.
gun,
Yeah,
yes.
the rinsey gun. Yeah.
The rinsing gun is important
And
here.
Aaron just gave me a gold star, so yay.
Ooh.
Well, technically inspiration, but in this game, gold star.
Aaron
I
bringing
don't
the
know.
ratio back up.
I don't know what these words are that you're
Yeah.
saying. Bonus action. I don't understand what these. All right.
I would like
my head.
to spit out the mouth
Good call.
guard or whatever
Yeah,
it
sure.
is.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fair. Yeah.
And then I'm going to use forward roll
Ooh.
to like tumble after him, and then I'm gonna try and grab that stick and shove it up his nose.
What stick are you trying to grab?
The sucky stick.
Oh.
Also
wanna-
a technical term.
The fluoride
The-
sucky
the-
stick thing. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, the
Yes.
thing that he's holding in his hand. I would like
Stick
to
it
try and grab it
up
and
His nose.
I'm gonna
you're
try
using-
and. I think that's a nimble, is what I'm saying. Because I'm
Would
trying
be forward
to.
roll would be nimble. So that gives you +2, right? When you use forward
Yeah,
roll.
yeah.
And this is your perk. So this is your single use. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Because I'm
ahead,
not
make-
very adventurous, but I'd like to try and make an adventurous tag.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. Make me a nimble attack. Go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna use my weird rock
Okay.
real quick.
Yep.
Good choice. Good
Good
choice. Okay, so
choice.
that's gonna be a 10 total.
Okay. I got a 7 on adventurousness. And this is his weak ability, so he actually gonna take 4 points of damage. So, Felipe, if you've ever seen a toddler do a somersault before, it's not really a roll so much as I'm gonna put my head here and just like kind of hope the rest of me flops over.
Very carefully.
So it's not in your head. You did a cool roll and grabbed a stick and jabbed him in the nose with it. In reality, it was more you kind of slid off the chair a little bit and then kind of flopped yourself over, and your leg, as it flopped over, hit his hand and drove the thing
Success.
up into his nose. And then you kind of tumbled off. But sure enough,
Good enough.
you all hear
Yes.
as he pulls it out. Yeah, it did some damage. He's just like holding his nose and wiping tears out of his eyes. And I was like, oh no, I'll never be able to use this again.
That's not true.
I'll never be able to use this again. And he winks. Tim, it's gonna bring it around to you. He is on. He's wobbling, or Mikeandike. He's wobbling. His eyes are watering. He's got a bit of a nosebleed from, some of his brain got sucked out of the. But his sinuses have never felt clearer. I mean, it's
perfect.
Damn it.
Apparently, sticking a sucker thingy up your nose beats a neti pot any day of the week.
A lot of people don't know that's actually the other thing that they're meant for.
That's what they're there. Yeah,
the mouth or the nose.
Yeah, exactly.
But
what do you think happens to you when he puts you under? Yeah, I mean, he just gives you.
It just cleans it.
Just
actually a lot of lawsuits about
That's
that.
what that charge was.
That's what that. Oh,
So
I took
I'm
care of your
gonna
adenoids
use,
for you while you were under.
My blues horrifying clues. I'm going to ask you for another clue on how do we end this.
I'd say smack the doctor a good couple, maybe once, twice more, and he'll be incapacitated, and you can take his candy and
his
and,
torture devices.
Yeah, and his torture devices. Yeah.
I use my abilities of deduction.
Okay.
And I'm taking down the notes, full Charlie Day with the board behind him.
Right.
Pepe Sylvia. I'm putting it up. I see the strings that connect the matrix, and I now know what to do. Except that was my last 2 grumps to use my ability, so I put my last piece of Bubba Hubba in. If you're keeping track, that's too many.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have all the pieces in your mouth still?
I still do. I'm feeling rough.
I need to.
Well,
don't say you need to see inside my mouth, Lee. This is.
I was gonna
children.
say, and then I stopped myself. I remembered what we're playing right here.
So I pop it in and I just point. I point at the Achilles heel because I know that's going to make them go down because the humans, they have this silly thing on the back of their leg, this easy point to take them out, and I point at it Babe Ruth style, and I say aim for the bushes, and then I have to I get my grumps, so I kind of throw a hissy fit and I walk off.
Yep, and we will see you in 5 minutes. So you can come back at 10:44. We'll be done by then. All right. Mikeandike goes down with a thump, as if he was pushed over by the ghost of his eaten brother. And that's going to bring it around to Dexter.
All right, yeah. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing because why not? Why change?
He's on his yeah. If I were going to compare him to another game, he might be perhaps bloodied would be the word I would use, but I'm not going to say that. He's
Perfect. Let's see. That is a number. That is 8. And I'm again muscly on this because I'm just gonna keep doing my sonic roll.
What's it look like when you sonic roll into the dentist?
It makes the sound effect and everything. Good so that we can get properly.
Should you wind up first?
Yeah. So Dexter, and then you shoot. Bing! When you hit the dentist, who is still too busy trying to stop his nosebleed. And now it's all over his vampire costume, and he's upset about that. He definitely won't get the deposit back now. He goes,
makes it more authentic.
You knock his legs out from under him, and gold rings come flying out of his pockets. And you're able to collect them. Bing, bing, bing.
They'll just magically disappear into my
And
pockets.
then just magically disappear. They suck right into you. Right.
Yeah.
And then you roll up the wall and the ceiling, and then come back down. He falls, plump, smack on his face. And when he kind of pushes himself up and puts his fingers to his gaping holes where his two front teeth were just knocked right out. And you see them kind of skitter across the floor.
I want him. I call him.
Those are mine. Oh,
Oh, that's fair.
yeah. No, Dexter's gonna lick them.
I have
and then
enough
hand
teeth now.
All right, well,
Dexter them and hands them back.
you've got two dentist teeth. Dr. Plaque and Scratch is Dunzo. There's a mountain of candy that he has talked to the parents of the town out of. And there's apparently a number of torture implements that Felipe was eyeballing, including the banana mint fluoride.
That was terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's use it on the others.
Let's use it on everyone else. You march out of the house with your bagfuls of candy and your dentist implements. All of the kids have gathered around the house now, and they're all staring at you intently. And Dexter, you raise up in your paws, your lizard arms, two busted up teeth, and all of the kids. It's gonna cost him so much money in dental surgery. Yeah. He might have to go to a real doctor. Yeah. And you've saved Halloween. That wasn't maybe the intention initially, but you didn't quite get so much of the dying breath of the elderly, but you got some viscera, you got some body parts. You can take those back to St. Gwalgoff's proudly, and if you want, you can introduce candy into the St. Gwalgoff's economy. And live like damn-ass kings for the rest of your time there.
I mean, as if we're gonna share this candy with you.
If you're gonna share that candy.
Inflate the economy.
I want to see how much candy it takes Tabby to see God, or Satan, as the case may be.
We'll see.
Cthulhu.
Tabby gets through most of a Milky Way and about 17 licks on the Tootsie Roll Pop. When the sky cracks open and a giant eyeball, totally limbed with tentacles, flies out of the hole in reality and grasps Tabby gently, pulls her into space, and you hear a voice say, "Time to come on home, honey. We're going to visit your grandparents this weekend." And the sky closes back up as Tabby is carried off to the dark expanses of forever. Apparently, her dad came and picked her up. And that's where we're gonna end this game of Babies and
We're all
Broadswords.
just gazing up into the sky.
Yep.
That was beautiful.
You disfigured a dentist. You crashed the local economy, and you saw the giant eyeball of God. So congratulations.
That was the goal, right?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I'd say that was a decent ending. Yeah. But that, folks out there, is Babies and Broadswords by Even Footing Games. Thank you so much for the folks who joined us in the chat. And thank you so much for playing with us, and thank you for folks who donated to Extra Life. It is a great charity, and there are plenty of more Vectare games coming up. So make sure that you check those out and give till it helps. And Sophia, I'll actually let you do the closing stuff because I'm probably stepping on your toes right now.
No, you're fine.
But I'm Jason with Even Funny Games, and it has been a delight. Thank you so much for letting us play our game.
So, yeah, you heard Jason. We have more Spooktober and non-Spooktober stuff coming up for the rest of October. I gave you the schedule at the start of the session, but tomorrow it's my turn to start off at Kickstarter a new season of my game, where my Chaos Beans are going to work up an entirely new world because they mess with forces they don't understand. But yes, absolutely go, and I shall put the link in the chat. Go and donate to our Extra Life team at tinyl.com/Vectare Extra Life 2023. It's also below the video on Twitch if you forget the link. We're doing pretty well. We were like over 500, I think, at last check. So we're already getting close to halfway there, and we're not even halfway through the month yet. And yeah, so well, yeah, go buy CanadianDice.ca, and which is what I was rolling all night, and they did okay for me.
I was also using my Canadian dice all night.
Yes. And also you can.
I was using dice from a Canadian. Yeah.
I was gonna say me too, but yeah.
And you
These colors don't run, so I was using American dice.
Only American.
Make my dice great again.
Oh.
You can also hit up the merch store at tinyl.com/vatmerch and look at the Spooktober designs, because I'm sure the money from those will also go to Extra Life at the end of the day. Does anyone else want to plug their stuff before we potentially sign off?
I was just gonna say, Lee and I are in the game on Sunday, so
Yeah.
feel
I'll
like
be
watching
back.
us.
I'll be back. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess, yep, I'm Lee Baldwin. I am here sometimes, apparently. And also with Even Footing Games, I do editing. I am on many places on the internet. I'm on Abstract Adventures, which is a podcast that you can get on any podcasting app. Jason's on it too. He plays a Kenku, bard, and no charisma. It's very fun. He's great.
Yeah, it's great.
We've been having a great time in the current arc. So go ahead and check that out on any podcasting app, and you can also check out Rolls Revamped. I believe there is a link somewhere. That is my. Thank you. It is it's the spooky channel for us. We have a lot of events going on for October. We've got 10 candles. And maybe another episode of our main show, which is the Sanguine Society, where we play a lot of queer vampires and other spooky creatures. So go ahead.
Is there any other kind?
Not eventually.
Not really.
But yeah, so you can go ahead and check that out. We've got a couple videos out right now that are perfect for the spooky season, so please do check that out. And yeah. If anyone else needs anything?
Yeah, go do that. And go check out campykillcreations.com. I write comics over there. T.S. Luther. They're fun. I just did a Kickstarter, so I don't really have anything to plug, but I'll do another Kickstarter eventually. So you can go read my comics over at campykillcreations.com. There's no queer vampires at the moment, but I will find some, because clearly I got to pander to the right audience. I do have a couple of spooky comic books coming out soon, and there will be queer vampires in them. That's not me pandering. They're just not out yet. So you just wait and see for that.
I've been targeted.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'm trying to direct market. I believe that's what we do in sales, so I can get a couple. And you can follow me on TikTok at Can't Be Killed Comics. I make lots of cool videos and talk about Beetleborgs and stuff.
Did you say Beetleborgs?
Did you say
Beetleborgs?
What the fuck? That's amazing.
Like this little guy right here. This is
all right.
Look
He's
at
big
him.
and bad. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
And the Universal monsters and some queer vampires. Like you see, like it all full circle. That's all I have. Yeah, we're good.
That's enough. That's more than enough. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not on the admin account because I like to post myself and use my own points rather than cheat and use the infinite points that the admin account has. So I can't send us to raid anyone. However, I strongly suspect that Affy and Artemis and all the other mutants are still playing Mutant Core Classics over on Goodman Games. So y'all just toddle off over there and go and terrorize them without me having to hit the raid command, because I can't use the raid command even as a moderator. So sod you, Twitch. So
Take a
yeah.
shot.
With that in mind, I think unless anyone else has got anything else to say, plug, whatever, I think we can sign off for the night.
I ate 7 pieces of gum.
Alright, you don't
My
have to
jaw
show it
is
on
so
air,
sore.
but I do want to see the size of that gumball. Oh, that's it?
Ooh.
Ugh. I was expecting more.
Excuse you. I had to chew on this. This is a lot. I have a tiny little boy mouth. I got a little guy. I just got a little guy mouth. I don't have room for all this. I had to put that back in my mouth. That was real gross. I shouldn't
Just
have
a
done that.
little guy.
I'm just a little guy. Well, it was really nice meeting all of you.
Yeah,
for the
you
first
too.
Time.
What a way to end it.
I had a nice time meeting you and your little boy mouth.
Are we still on air?
We're still on air.
Good.
I'm so sorry, Twitch. This is a fake mouth. This is a fake little boy mouth.
And he's a fake little boy. Yeah, not a
this
real
is a fake
grown
woman
man.
mouth.
There we
This
go.
is a fake grown woman
There you
mouth,
go.
so
Mhm.
it all balances out. It's all good.
I shave my head to hide my male pattern baldness. That should make everyone forget everything else that we just said. So.
Are we comparing 5 heads? Because we could do this. This is how we became friends. I want you to remember that.
That's right.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, with
Good
that-
night, all.
with that, I'm gonna
Thank
sign
you for
off.
joining
Bye,
us.
guys.
Yeah, good game.
Thank you, Vector.